Are you struggling with RODBC truncating your character strings when querying a Microsoft SQL Server database? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into this frustrating issue and exploring how to work with long character strings in R. I totally get it. It can be incredibly frustrating when you're trying to pull data from a database, only to find that RODBC is cutting off your strings at 8,000 characters. This is a common problem many users face, and it can feel like a roadblock in your data analysis. Let's look at the specific question at hand. One user asked, "Why is RODBC truncating my character strings at 8,000 characters?" They shared their original code and expressed their need to work with text strings that can be as long as 250,000 characters. Sound familiar? Let's figure this out together. So what's happening here? RODBC has a limitation where it truncates character strings at 8,000 characters, which can be a significant issue when dealing with larger data sets. Understanding this limitation is crucial for finding a workaround. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a powerful workaround that will help you retrieve those long character strings without any hassle. To address the issue of truncating long character strings in RODBC, the user should first modify the SQL query to ensure it retrieves the full length of the text variable. This can be done by using the cast function to convert the text variable to a larger data type. Next, the user should update their R code to reflect this change. This involves adjusting the query string to include the new cast function, allowing for the retrieval of longer strings. After updating the query, the user should run the modified code to fetch the data. This will allow RODBC to retrieve the full character strings without truncation. Finally, the user should verify the results by checking the contents of the retrieved data frame. This ensures that all character strings have been successfully loaded into R without truncation. However, this still doesn't solve the problem for strings longer than 8,000 characters. The original user needs to work with text strings that can reach up to 250,000 characters. So how can we tackle this limitation? Fun fact, did you know that SQL Server has a data type called varchar max that can store up to 2 gigabytes of data? That's a lot of text, but getting RODBC to handle it can be tricky. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. In conclusion, while RODBC has its limitations, using varchar max in your SQL queries can help you retrieve those long character strings. Remember, troubleshooting is all about finding creative solutions. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more troubleshooting tips. And remember, every problem has a solution. Keep exploring. An alternative approach to handling long character strings in RODBC is to use stored procedures. This method allows you to bypass the limitations of the ODBC driver, but it requires creating a specific stored procedure for each case, which can be tedious. Another user has developed a function that queries varchar max variables by breaking them into segments. This function retrieves data in chunks of 8,000 characters and combines them in R. While this method is effective, it has limitations, such as not allowing variable renaming. It's also advised to avoid using varchar max when possible. If you need to handle unknown lengths, consider using varbar max instead, as it is easier to query. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests modifying your query to retrieve long character strings. Instead of using varchar, you can use the cast function to convert the text variable to text format. This allows you to query fields longer than 8,000 characters from SQL Server into R.